Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day today. All right, so today it's time for another review, another monthly salary review. Okay, let's get straight into it. So, for the month of February, I managed to make 11,447 in total, which is my best ever month. Previous to that, my best ever month was about 8,300, around that mark. I've done that for a couple months. So yeah, it's a new milestone for me, and yeah, it's been a tough month. I've worked very hard. I've done really, I've put, everything into this. I've made a couple key changes, which I'm going to go into. And yeah, first thing I just want to say, I don't want to, I'm not doing this to boast at all. I'm doing this to just show what's possible, because like, as I've mentioned in a couple videos, you might not have seen, 2016, before I was even, doing in this industry, I was working in security. I was hating it. I was making about £10 an hour, taking home about 2,000 a month, really hating it. I was using the money to fund another startup which failed miserably. I owed like a lot of money to my family, my auntie, and I was in a pretty bad place. And I remember being at the gym and hearing about, this was Pure Gym Holborn, by the way, so anyone watching this from there, shouts out to you. But I remember hearing some of the guys there, they would encourage me to get into PTing, and they were saying about how there was one guy apparently who was making over 100K, and I was thinking, wow, how are you doing that? Sounds impossible. Like, how can you? Well, it just didn't seem like it was possible from the gym, but just having that possibility, it made me really go for it, because I thought, why not? And obviously, it hasn't come easy, but I haven't made that money yet in a year, but that's the aim, and that's what I want to do this year. So, obviously part of me doing these videos is to, share with you what's possible, and to show what I can do, especially if you're new to this industry or looking to get into it, because I'm still relatively new. I started in the gym, working in the fitness industry in 2017 in February, and I didn't actually start PTing full time to June 2017. So it will be 3 years in June. So yeah, so still early, but I'm learning as I go, and I want to share this with you. So yeah, so this month 11,447, closing rate percentage was 79% this month, so still pretty good. But the thing is, I had a lot of sign-ups. I had about, I haven't written the figures here, which I should have. Let's see if I can quickly get this up for you. But basically, I had about 26 people. I'm just loading this up now. 26 people signed up, but not all of those stayed or followed through. So I had a lot of people change their minds. So I had 40 assessments set up, 34 turned up, 27 of them closed. And in terms of those that actually stuck through, probably about way less than that, maybe about 15. For the next video I need to actually do the figures for you before I do the video and get that done. But I had a lot of people drop out, and that was really hard this month, really frustrating. You feel like you've even set up the direct debit, you've even got the payment coming through, and then next morning you're hearing another story. So that was a bit frustrating, but that's part of the business. I've had I'm going to do a video about dealing with nightmare days, but I had a couple really bad days, surprisingly. You think if you hit that figure, every day was amazing, but no, there was some. I still had those days where you feel like is this even, you'd rather be doing something else, essentially. You have I lost a lot of clients this month as well. I've lost a lot, and for various reasons. I've had clients, a lot of times it just comes to money, and you can almost hear a client, when they're, they're thinking about leaving, when they talk about, they've been looking at their finances. They generally give you a heads up anyway. So that's been a bit frustrating as well. And it almost feels like for March, I'm essentially having to start again. Because if I look at my calendar, there's a lot of empty white space, which is the devil, as Grant Cardone says. If you want to see the devil, see some white, have some white space in the calendar. So back to the grind. It's almost back to square one. But yeah, part of the reason, obviously, I managed to, do the 11K I had a couple clients sign up for, I think one signed up for 4 months in advance, another signed up for free. So it's not really luck, I suppose, because I always offer a 10% discount for anyone that books within anyone that books at least 12 weeks in advance, so 3 months. And I think that's better because, if you get that money up front, obviously, essentially they're committed for that time as well, versus the month to month. The 1 month comes out and then, they're looking at their account a different way. They're feeling a different way about their account, and then, they don't want that second month to come out. So that's really helped. Obviously, 11, it's a bit of an anomaly from 6,000 the first month to 11,000. It's a bit of a crazy jump, but part of the reasons another reason why it's done, that happened was I actually opened up my calendar. So what I would do, I'd have 2 big breaks during the day during quiet time. So between 9 and 11, I would train in the gym, or if I wasn't feeling like training, I'd go home. And between the hours of 2, like 1:30, 1:32, I'd leave and come back about 5. So 2 big breaks where I thought the gym was quiet. Now I'm staying in the gym all day. So I'm in at 6, I'm out at 9, Monday to Thursday. Now that is a long shift, crazy long shift. But I've managed to fit in more clients in there. I've managed to fit in more assessments. I've managed to keep my the busy periods in the gym more free, because I've moved clients I've had in those times to off-peak times, to quiet times. So that gives me more opportunity to meet more members still, if that makes sense, because it's very hard to meet new members when the gym is quiet and there's no one there, there's no classes taking place. So you move your current sessions to quiet times, you use the busy times to market, you know what I'm saying? And even with that, I've been absolutely hungry, desperate on that gym floor. Like, I've been attacking that gym floor differently, literally. Like, before, what would happen is someone would cancel at like 6 p.m. I'd be frustrated and I'd like go to my car, or I'd go to the staff room and just be on my phone and just not be around. It's really terrible thinking, like not the attitude to make money. So if anyone cancels, it's actually a good opportunity for me to, mingle and meet more clients, So essentially, I need to be on the gym floor when it's busy. Either I'm training a client, or I'm looking for new clients, or I'm just around, or I'm teaching a class. Like, there's no excuses to not be around the gym. And what would happen often is that, if I go home at, let's say 2, and someone at 5 cancels, I don't have anyone at 5, I won't come in till 6, or 6:30 when my session was, or if I had a class booked. And that's how I think about, between 5 and 5:30, or between 5 and 6:30, the amount of people you could have met in that time, the amount of conversations you could have had. And essentially, you need to make yourself lucky. I mean, I've had, over the last month, I might have had, I believe, it's happened a couple of times of someone coming up to me asking. I mean, I had one lady come up to me, ask about training. And just because I was around, normally, it was about 1:30, the gym was quiet, I would have gone home. But where I've committed myself to being in the gym from 6 a.m. through to 9 p.m. on the Monday to Thursday, you're gonna get lucky. I realized this correlation early between time in the gym and money made, and this month has proven it again. I've also opened up my Friday, so I'm working again till later on Friday. Before I would leave at about 2 p.m. Now I stay till 7 p.m. So 6 to 7 p.m. on Friday, and then Saturday I've opened that up as well, just because the demand this month was so crazy, and it's something I'm going to commit to as well. So Saturdays I work from 9 till 2 p.m. So it's been crazy busy in terms of the calendar. I've averaged over the month, I think it was 33 paid hours a week, which is not amazing. I've got a target on my whiteboard. I want to get to 70 paid hours a week, but I'm doing 33 paid hours a week. I done last month, which is still not that great. Still a lot to do. But yeah, the opening up the Saturdays has helped as well. Saturdays are semi-peak, like on-peak time, because a lot of people, locals, like to train on a Saturday. And again, it's more opportunity to spread things out, so you've got the gaps. I used to hate gaps. I love gaps now. I used to really hate gaps in my calendar, but as long as I'm in the gym, it's definitely all productive time. So let's see if there's any points. So yeah, the main thing, so I'm going to be starting again next month, which is frustrating. So we'll see, what I can get to next month. My aim, as I mentioned earlier, I want to get to 100k this year. So I'm on pace for that. I need another good month, and you know, there's going to be a new rush now. It's March coming up. It's March now. You're going to get a lot of members, new members coming in the gym, looking to get in shape for summer. So a lot of new faces. That's what you need. You need to be so familiar with the gym floor at certain times where you know a new face. You know what I'm saying? If you're a stranger to the gym floor in the gym and you don't recognize a new face, or if everyone looks new to you, then you haven't been spending enough time in the gym. Like, I'm at that point now where I can see a new face in there. I'm almost like a lion. I saw a video on YouTube about these young lion cubs, and they literally hunted a group of defenseless, docile domestic donkeys, absolutely destroyed them, to the point where like the local tribesmen were thinking about killing the cubs, because it was absolute no mercy. It was actually quite hard to watch, and that's that's my attitude on the gym floor. You know what I'm saying? I see a new client come in. You know, they look like this is the first day in the gym. You know, they don't know what to do. They're tentative. They're on the cycle machine. They're on the cross trainer. You know, and you know that is, you know, I'm not saying that they're preying. I'm the hunter, but you know, that's the kind of mindset you need to have, because you know you can't hesitate. You think a lion's hesitating on that donkey, on that prey, on that gazelle. They're chomping them up quick, and you know you kind of need the attitude. You know, you're gonna get some. You know, I call them head biters. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people that are going to try to bite your head off as soon as you approach, but you know what, it's worth the money. That's all I can say. It's worth the money if someone's going to be rude and give you a bit of stick. Well, they're not going to get any stick. The worst that can happen, which I've had, is someone's just gonna. I mean, I had that this month. I approached a lady and she acted like I wasn't there. Then I said, like, I leaned over. I was like, "Hey, you okay?" And she looked at me, gave me a screw face, and like put it at her headphones. And that was the worst it really got. You know, the worst you're gonna get is a really bad look, really evil look, and I'm not interested. It's not that bad, really. You think about the potential upside. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So Calendly as well, a new service. I don't know if I mentioned that I've introduced. So basically, it's a service like on the website, Calendly. So you spell that CALENDLY, and basically you can link that to your calendar, and your clients can book in the sessions they want, which has been gold. So even the free assessments, I basically sent the link to them, and they, instead of going back and forth, you know, can you do this time? I can't do this time. Can you do this time? Like, they literally just go in your calendar and book it in. You set the slots you want. You set the times you're willing to work. And obviously I've set that from, you know, Monday to Thursday, 6 to 9, and you know, my other hours over the rest of the weekend. And it's been wonders. It's allowed me to pack up my schedule a lot more. And you know, obviously, you know, you're not in so much control of your calendar, you know. But if you're committed to killing it, then it doesn't matter. You know, you fit your sessions around your clients, not the other way around. Before, I'd always fit my clients around my sessions, you know. And you know, that's just the wrong way if you really want to be successful in this thing, you know. But yeah, you know, I've experienced Pure Gym in its full force. You know, flaky clients, you know, flaky members, you know. I mean, I mean, I love the gym. You know, I call it the money factory. So I don't call it the gym. I don't call it work. It's the money factory. And you know, essentially, you know, it's a gym for people. A lot of people are in economic contraction. So obviously, you know, a lot of the big appeal for Pure Gym is it's cheap. You know, I don't think, you know, some people join Pure Gym for a PT, but you know, the majority of people you're going to be sitting across from, if you're following my steps, weren't really necessarily thinking about getting a PT. You know, and no one really necessarily wants to buy a PT from you. Essentially, you have to sell it. And you know, you're gonna have to deal with that issue. But no, I've met some, you know, I've met a couple ringers in the gym, and you know, it's you got to take the rough with the smooth. Like, it's a really good opportunity, and yeah, hopefully, you know, you're having success as well. But yeah, I'm rapping a little bit. Obviously, we'll see how I do for March. Hopefully, more of the same, and obviously, I'll keep you updated for the March review. And yeah, hit me up if you've got any questions. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Hit me up on Insta, send me an email, whatever. You know, I want to be answering more of your questions and build more of a connection. Yeah, but appreciate the support. Catch you on the next one.